Hey, everybody. I was trying to do stuff, but Karen's not here, so I couldn't do anything. Karen wants me to bring up the stuff for you to see, like Hikaru does. Thanks, Sanvi, for the sub. Maybe other people did stuff. That's possible. Let me check. Let's see. Where am I? DMCA. Oh, there it is. Sanvi has resubscribed. Thank you. Oh, okay, I didn't miss anything. That was it. Cool. Hopefully you can hear me and see me as I set up the stream. I mean, I usually do, but still. And so on. So last time when I discussed the alleged decades of cheating, I went nonstop, roar, and then you guys were writing stuff, but I couldn't see it because I was too busy yelling and screaming. So this time we're going to start with you guys. Abe Froman 4444 subscribe. Thank you. That's right. Those are kinds of evidence. Yeah, I'll try to answer some questions, although trying is the first step to failure. Are we live? I don't know. I'm alive, barely. Are you one of the GM members of the chess.com Fair Play team? Yes and no. Karen and I were brought in to understand the methods that they have for cheating, but we don't do anything. But there was a day 2 or 3 years ago when there was a group of us of people who never cheat, and they explained their methods to us if we acknowledged we would never say anything about them. And that seemed very reasonable to me, although I'm not a statistician. So typically when chess.com fair play somebody on chess.com, then I'm with them. Because they don't want to kick people off their site. They like getting, dues and stuff. So when chess.com says that somebody did a fair play violation and they punish them some way, that's because they're guilty. And if there's anything wrong with the chess.com cheating detection system, it's that when they're not sure enough you cheated, they look out for you, but they don't do much. So if they're like, it's 50-50 he cheated, they're not going to do anything. If it's 60-40 you cheated, they're not going to do anything. If it's 70-30 you cheated, they're not going to do anything. They want to be 95 to 100% sure that you did something unethical before they ban your account and your children's children. I mean, I believe that. And especially grandmasters, because they don't want to kick grandmasters off the site. I mean, if I had a chess site, I wouldn't want to kick grandmasters off unless my goal was to be the best player at the site. Yeah. Right. Don't forget to ask questions. I'm sorry, I missed a lot of stuff because I'm talking. Moses 34 resubscribed. Thank you. Headmod Jeremy resubscribed. I'm just going to keep it on this. I'm going to keep it on Streamlabs. That way, nothing can get by me. Go Purple Boards has resubscribed. Thank you. Apple Bag has resubscribed. And I think I got everybody. No, Headmod Jeremy said hockey's a sport. What? The Supreme Horse subscribed. OBJJJJJ subscribed. We're going to actually physically look at when Karen gets here in about an hour and 15 minutes, she's going to bring up and do all the technical stuff so we can read along, even though I think Hikaru already did that. I think Hikaru pulled it up and was reading it. But, yeah, all right. The 72-page report, most of it is graphs. There's 30 pages, then there's 40 pages of graphs, which don't really, Should Hans still compete in the U.S. Championship? Yeah, I don't think online cheating prevents you from playing in the U.S. Championship. Roller Coaster resubscribe, thank you. Yeah. What will happen now that this news was settled? No, nothing's settled. It's never going to end. It better not. Why is Hans named Hans? That's true. Dua Kappas was sad the report didn't mention beads. I thought Dua Kappas was going to say, I'm sad that Karen's not here. There's probably one other participant who cheated on chess.com in the U.S. Championship. I don't know who you're talking about. If you're talking about Christopher Yu, I don't agree. If you're talking about somebody else, then okay. Thanks for the 10 centimeters, Dua Kappas. Thanks, JustMets25, for subscribing. What was important from the whole report was the conclusion. What? Was that English? So I read most of the report, and I glanced through the parts I didn't read. First of all, I have to explain to you a Family Guy episode because it reminds me of the poker and the chess cheating scandals. There's an episode of Family Guy which has Rush Limbaugh. Eventually, Brian becomes enamored with Rush Limbaugh and eventually lives with him. Okay. But anyway, and also the guy playing Rush Limbaugh is Rush Limbaugh because Rush Limbaugh and the guy who make Family Guy, whose name I can't remember now for some reason, they're like that, son. I mean, not anymore because Rush is dead. Whoever the guy, yeah, Seth MacFarlane. Okay. Anyway, there's an episode of Family Guy. There's more than one with Rush Limbaugh. This is the one that's all Rush Limbaugh. And at the beginning of the episode, Peter's watching TV and he's flicking between two channels that have opposing viewpoints, like Fox News and MSNBC, for example. I'm not sure if those were the channels, but okay, you get the idea. And then when he clicks to one channel, the guy says something, and Peter says, I believe that now. Then he switches channels, and the other channel says like the opposite. He says, yeah, that guy makes a lot of sense. Now I believe that. And after switching channels back and forth, where he just believes whatever the last thing he heard was, he said, now I believe that. I'm too stupid to make my own judgments. That reminds me of a lot of people on Twitter, is whenever some news comes out that doesn't have any new information, all of a sudden they're on that team, and then whatever anybody else says is wrong until the next bit of news comes out. So the news that came out today on the Wall Street Journal, then later, an hour or two ago, chess.com put out the whole report. Wall Street Journal, you have to be able to get through their paywall. Although you can go to Reddit or chess.com and find the whole thing without going through a paywall. I glanced at it and read some of it, and the conclusion seemed to be, there was one thing that surprised me in the conclusion. The fact that Hans has cheated a lot on chess.com didn't surprise me at all. That was the least surprising. The part that surprised me was chess.com said since 2020, August 2020, September 2020, I don't know, that Hans hasn't cheated on chess.com. I find that hard to believe. So a guy's cheating in 2020 and then he stops, I guess because he got caught, but I would have thought Hans would cheat in one or two games between 2020, 2021, 2022, not 0 games. So that surprised me a little bit. The fact that they claim he's cheated at least 100 games between like 2015 and 2020, that didn't surprise me at all. That's the least surprising thing. They seem to say stuff like, this is what we think about his OTB, but that's not our thing. Chess.com doesn't do OTB stuff. And the reason is they get a lot more information when you're on chess.com. Like how many seconds you took between moves, if you're going to other browsers, and things and other things, right? Which they indicated in their report. So chess.com almost never gives an opinion about whether somebody cheated in real life. They do give an opinion whether somebody cheated on chess.com. And usually they keep everything hush-hush, but they've decided in this instance to not keep it hush-hush and to spill the beans and tell everybody every move Hans has ever made. Which I don't understand. They claim they'd never talked to Magnus. Magnus says never spoke to them. So if you think people are lying means they're cheating, obviously chess.com and Magnus are both lying. Because, you don't look at games from 2020 like that, son, and then say the guy cheated. They knew Hans cheated in 2020. And if they didn't know, then that's bad. It shouldn't take a world champion accusing somebody of cheating in a real game for chess.com to go back 2 years and investigate cheating. Chess.com should have already investigated that stuff. Chess.com already knew that Hans cheated, and that's why they kicked him off the site, and he admitted he cheated and so forth. So if you're telling me in the last 4 weeks, chess.com for no reason decided to look at Hans's 2020 games and before, I don't believe that. They're always looking at title players' games and deciding whether they cheated. And if they didn't, if this is all new information, then shame on chess.com for letting somebody cheat 100 times and win prizes and not find out until years later. That's not their MO. But they seem to be indicating that. Now, obviously I stand by he didn't cheat against Magnus, which is basically what chess.com is saying. They don't have any evidence that he's cheated in over-the-board chess. Not that they would know, because that's not their purview. Now, one thing that's upsetting is the hype train is dying. That's the main thing that's upsetting. 0%. Boo, boo, the stream will end. Okay, so one thing that's upsetting isn't whether Hans cheated against Magnus or not, because your opinion won't be changed by anything. Thanks trying to learn for the 100 bits. The thing that's upsetting is Hans was cheating on chess.com in tournaments that had prizes. And I mean, chess.com saying they didn't know that? That doesn't make sense to me. Chess.com has a lot to answer for. Like, first question is, did you know in these tournaments that had prizes, Title Tuesday and such, other tournaments, that Hans was cheating? If the answer is no, that's weird, because tournaments that have prize money, chess.com goes out of their way to catch cheaters. So to just let Hans win money in tournaments where he's cheating and then years later say, he was cheating 2 or 3 years ago, that's a bad look for chess.com. The other thing, which I still don't understand, is they said Hans hasn't cheated in the last 2 years, but we took him out of the GCC, the Global Chess Championship, which he was invited to because he's cheated more than he said he has. Like from 2 or 3 years ago. That's a very weird stance when supposedly they knew. So I think, although chess.com hasn't said, I think chess.com is claiming, that they didn't know Hans was cheating so much until they just recently investigated it. And that's terrible. That means that a lot of other IMs and GMs cheated in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and they don't know. And that's not the chess.com that I know. Chess.com I know, when you have a money tournament and somebody's cheating, they catch you. And this is indicating they don't. And they only re-looked at the situation because, Magnus and chess.com are like, that, son. Now, of course, Hans cheating 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago and then not cheating seems to indicate he wasn't cheating against Magnus because he hasn't been cheating lately. If he didn't cheat between September 20 and September 2022 over the board or online, it's weird to say he cheated against Magnus because he cheated 3 years ago. That's a weird take. That's the take most people on the internet have. They're like, he cheated 3 years ago, he cheated 100 times, so even though Chess.com says he hasn't cheated in the last 2 years. He did cheat against Magnus. That's the line the cheating people are taking. So the news from Chess.com and or the Wall Street Journal really hasn't changed anybody's mind. The people who say Hans didn't cheat against Magnus, well, there's no evidence he cheated against Magnus. There's no new evidence. The people who say he did cheat against Magnus all along, they're in the Magnus court, they're like, see, Hans cheated 2, 3, 4 years ago 100 times. That proves that he cheated against Magnus last month. I mean, it doesn't prove anything, but it proves he cheated a lot online. And if the report said Hans had cheated 100, 200, 300 times in his Chess.com career, I would think that that's what I would expect. If the report said we've looked at the last 8 years of Hans Niemann and he's cheated 5 times, I wouldn't believe that. He's cheated more than that. And I always thought Hans was a cheater on Chess.com, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. That was always my take, was he was cheating. That I always felt that. And to see if he cheated in over-the-board tournaments, I played in the World Open 2 years ago that Hans won. I think Hans tied for first with I know his name. I just can't say his name. I'll tell you his name just a second. I really can't think of his name? Jesus Christ. I've played him I've only played him once. How can I not remember his name? John Burke. Yes, I win. Okay, so a couple of years ago, Hans Niemann tied for first with John Burke. And I remember thinking, to myself, is Hans cheating in this tournament? That's what I was thinking. So I remember looking at his last round game with Chinese Grandmaster, who plays a lot in the U.S. I forgot his name. He plays in every American tournament. So I don't know if he lives in America, but he plays a lot. And their game was ridiculous. Both of them played like beginners. They both played terrible. I was watching the game with an engine. I looked at it, and the engine's like, this is the worst game ever played. And it was the last round, and they ended up drawing, and Hans tied for first, and John Burke, I guess, won his last game and tied with him. I think there was a playoff, but I have no idea who won the playoff. I have no idea. I mean, I knew when the playoff happened, but I forgot. Yeah. And that was the World Open where I lost to Jeffrey Zhang. God damn, did I lose to Jeffrey Zhang. And so the one game that I investigated, Hans played like a baby. Hans played terrible. And it was the last round for first place. So, I mean, if he is going to cheat in the tournament, that would be a good time to cheat. So I didn't, after looking at that game, I was like, that game was terrible. So Chess.com said there's no evidence he's cheated online. That he's cheated in real life, but they wouldn't rule it out. They said it's possible, but we don't have any evidence of that. Sort of like Ken Regan. We don't have any evidence he's cheated in real life. Obviously, between 2014 and 2020, Hans and cheating were like that, son, but it was only online. And also, one of the metrics Chess.com used in this report that I read was he was toggling between his Chess.com board and something else, which indicates cheating. If I'm playing a blitz game online, I'm not going somewhere else because I lose on time. And that would indicate to me Hans isn't a very good cheater. If you're going to cheat online, you wouldn't do it on the same computer that you're playing on. That's a lot easier to catch. So that's a not sophisticated way to cheat. The sophisticated way is to use something else that has nothing to do with what you're doing and use that to cheat. That's the right way to do it. Like Petrosian was doing. He had a phone in his lap. That's how you cheat. And the unsophisticated way he was cheating online by having something running on the same computer and toggling back and forth, that to me makes it less likely he's cheating in real life because, not too smart. And a lot of cheaters aren't too smart. So anyway, I don't see evidence he cheated against Magnus. I still don't. I still don't know why Magnus withdrew. If Hans was cheating against him, why withdraw and not play your last 6 games? What's the problem? So he's still Magnus Withdrawalson, and until further notice, he's Hans Cheatman, but only on the internet. So it didn't really say much, and hopefully the thing that matters to me, you guys don't care. You guys are just like, did he ever cheat? The thing that matters to me is, did he cheat against Magnus? And I think the FIDE Commission will be looking mainly at that and looking at his over-the-board play. I don't think the FIDE Commission is going to be too concerned with his online play. If you're too concerned with online play, then you got to kick everybody out because they're all cheating. But if they look at all of his over-the-board games and they talk to people who are proficient in the field and chess.com shares their statistics with them, with this, they said they would, then we can find out what the likelihood was that Hans has been cheating for decades in real life. It's not as likely as cheating on chess.com. But a lot of people on Twitter equate cheating on chess.com with cheating in the Sinkfield Cup because he's a cheater. And I don't equate those two because one is like stupid and one is amazingly stupid. They're different levels of stupid. It's like Hans went to the grocery store when he was a teenager and stole candy bars, and then when he was 19, a bank was robbed, so Hans is the main suspect because he stole candy bars when he was a kid. I mean, that's sort of what this is like. Cheating in the Sinkfield Cup against the world champion, that's the world championship level of cheating. That's like the most you can cheat in this super GM tournament against the world champion. Cheating on chess.com in blitz games against Doofus, that's like typical cheating. That's your standard cheating. And a lot of people have done that, and a lot of GMs, IMs, and FMs have had their accounts closed on chess.com because of cheating. And cheating online is so easy, and it's almost victimless. It's not victimless when the tournaments have prize money. So chess.com has to answer for why was Hans let back on if he was cheating in money tournaments? If you're playing random blitz games like I do and you're cheating, then it's internet rating points which don't matter. But if you're playing in a money tournament where they're giving out prize money and you're cheating, I don't see why chess.com would let him back on the site. I don't. And I also don't see why chess.com didn't know 2 or 3 years ago. They act like they're just finding out now, which is also very weird. Now, I don't conflate cheating on chess.com with being kicked out of the US championship, because to me, that's just different things. I mean, to me it is. You guys could have different opinions. And so forth. And a caveat, most people who don't understand my views on the cheating scandal don't watch my stream, or they just put their fingers in their ears. They're like, Ben is Team Hans. Ben says Hans never cheats. Ben says Magnus was wrong. Okay, that's not what I've said. I said Hans didn't cheat against Magnus in the Sinkfield Cup, and Hans has cheated a lot on chess.com. However, according to chess.com, he hasn't cheated in over 2 years, according to them. And that surprises me a little bit. And there's no evidence he's ever cheated in real life. And the videos that come out by the Gawking Rabble are just nonsense. I believe when chess.com says somebody's been cheating, that they've been cheating. I believe that. When Ken Reagan says somebody's definitely cheating, I believe that. When he says he doesn't know if they cheated, that doesn't mean much to me. Ken Reagan saying there's no evidence they cheated, it means a little. But if Ken Reagan ever came out and said somebody cheated, which he's never has, then I would believe that, because he seems to err on the cautious side. And if chess.com said he definitely cheated against Magnus in the Sinkfield Cup and he's been cheating over the board for years, that would be important to me. $9. Yay. If you were playing, would you play Hans or forfeit out of principle? Thanks for the $9. There's no principle here. If If I never played against people who cheated on chess.com, I never play chess. By the way, I never play chess, but that's beside the point. I mean, the fact that I play on chess.com in front of you guys when I know a percentage of my opponents are cheating, that's the price of doing business. Some people cheat. And saying that he cheated on chess.com, so I'm not going to play him in the US Championship, those things aren't related to me. I don't care if he cheated on chess.com. It doesn't bother me at all. If he cheated in real life, then I wouldn't like that. And I would assume the US Championship, with the precautions they're taking and the good arbiters they have, and people are watching, it makes it more unlikely than ever he'd be cheating in that tournament. If you're going to cheat over the board, if you are, then you have to cheat in the Rufus and Doofus Open. Then you'll get away with it. You got to play in some tournament, and you got to go to the bathroom with your cell phone 4 or 5 times a game, and then that'll help you. If you're playing in the Sinkfield Cup and you're playing the world champion and you have an engine telling you every move, that's just a way to get caught. That's not a good way to cheat. I mean, if you're going to cheat, it's a good idea not to get caught. Cheating against Magnus in the Sinkfield Cup is the most likely way to get caught. Cheating against a 2200 in the Rufus and Doofus Open, that's how you cheat. That's good cheating. So I don't believe he cheated against Magnus, and the fact that he cheated 100 times online, at least, may surprise some of you, but it doesn't surprise me. When he said he only cheated twice, that's a ridiculous statement. But yeah, a lot of people are assuming if somebody cheated on chess.com that they're cheating in real life. And I don't assume that at all, because 1,000 times more people cheat online than in real life. That's just the way it is. It's a lot easier to cheat when there's nobody there. Like I'm sitting here right now, if I have all kinds of accoutrement to cheat with, then I'm only going to get caught if I play too well. If I cheat like every 20 moves, I'll play better than I play, but I probably wouldn't get caught. But I wouldn't be 3,000. I might be 2850 instead of 2750. I wouldn't be that much better. But if I'm cheating in real life and I'm trying to win prize money, I mean, people can see me, so I have to be like a really good cheater. And that's probably not the case, especially if he's cheating with the same computer he's using. Terrible. Anyway, I was surprised Hans hasn't cheated online in 2 years, according to chess.com. Karen was not surprised. Karen's always in Hans's corner. I'm not a Hans fan, like personally. He's not my favorite person. When I say he's not my favorite person in chess, he's like bottom 5. I don't like Hans. And my observations about Hans's behavior and the reason I don't like him are because when he was a kid, I knew him pretty well. And Karen says I shouldn't hold that against him because he was a kid. Okay, but Magnus has always been above board. It's just in this particular instance, Magnus is saying the guy cheated for years online, and therefore he cheated against me because he beat me. If he thought Hans was cheating and he didn't want to play a cheater, he didn't have to play Hans. He only accused Hans of cheating after he lost to him. So he has anecdotal evidence. He cheated 2 years ago. He beat me. And things like he wasn't nervous and other guys are nervous. What the fuck that is. That's just fucking ridiculous. So yeah, Hans cheated a lot online. Hans didn't cheat against Magnus. And Magnus should apologize, but he never will. He's just going to say that Hans cheated against him when it didn't happen. And I think most GMs and super GMs agree that Hans didn't cheat against Magnus. And we also all agree that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, Hans was a cheating machine online. He was a machine. And he cheated a lot. Although, everything, being equal, cheating 100 times in a 5-year period, it's possible he played 20,000 games. So, Hans plays a lot. I don't know how many games he played online between 2014 and 2020, but it was more than 100. And in real life, there's no evidence he's ever cheated. Now, one of the things in the report, which made no sense, was explaining how Hans, between ages 11 and now, got more better than other people who are prodigies. And that didn't make any sense because Hans started way lower and he finished lower. So that's like Hans, if Hans was 2,200 and everybody else was 2,400, and then 6 years later, they're both 2,680. I mean, Hans started lower, so he gained more, but that doesn't mean anything. So a lot of the stats are just like, here, look at this, isn't that interesting? But the Gawking Rabble, which is most of you, although my stream has some intelligent people on it, Twitter has no intelligent people on it. The Gawking Rabble, thanks for the 1,000 centimeters, Shape of Glue. The Gawking Rabble on Twitter, if they think Hans cheated against Magnus, and a report comes out and says, when Hans was 3 years old, he stole a sucker, they're going to be like, see? Look at that lying kid. They just, anything that Hans went to the bathroom and he didn't flush, therefore, he was cheating against Magnus. That's the way Twitter works. So this report said nothing new, except Hans hasn't cheated online in the last 2 years, and there's no evidence he's cheated in the last 2 years over the board. But people say he cheated in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 100 times, so he must have cheated against Magnus. Everybody owes Magnus an apology. And unfortunately, that kind of reasoning is why people like Trump and possibly Herschel Walker and hopefully not Oz get elected, because people are dumb. So they vote for the dumbest candidate they could think of because it reminds them of them. Yeah, can you believe if Herschel Walker wins? Jesus Christ. I think Oz is getting crushed by Fetterman. But, I mean, obviously, they're both just terrible. Herschel Walker and Oz. I don't know who's worse. I guess Herschel Walker. I mean, I live in Georgia, so go Herschel Walker, I guess. Dua Kappas gave 10 bits. Yer Treo, gift to the sub. Hooray. And so forth. Once again, I went on, a tirade, so I didn't read the chat. I started out reading the chat, and then I went, roar, and so forth. And I'll be reading the chat, and then when Karen shows up, she can give her opinion, and we can look at the stuff online that was in print, and then you guys can complain, and everybody's happy. What exactly about Child Hans made you dislike him? He wasn't a nice kid. He was very argumentative in a nasty way. And I have to tell you a funny story. And this is, nobody knows this. Nobody. So I have to tell you. This is the scoop of the century. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay. Now this has to be a lot of donations because you're not going to hear it anywhere else. You'll never hear it anywhere else because nobody knows except me and one other person. Okay. A person that I trust a lot, more than almost anybody, and you know him, but I'm not going to say who it is because he didn't give me permission. When they were children, I'm going to say 6 to 9 years ago. So probably closer to 6. But 6 to 9 years ago, there was a chess camp. And the person I'm talking, who gave me this information, was one of the kids. And the other person I'm going to talk about is Hans. And the person I'm talking about, they don't like Hans. God damn, they don't like Hans. And he told me a funny story about a week ago. Texted me, said, I was at a chess camp with Hans when we were kids, and the instructor was giving puzzles on the, wherever. And then the kids would raise their hand and try to solve them. And he said Hans had his phone under the desk and was cheating. And then would raise his hand and give the answer. You're only going to hear that here, because the only people who know that are Hans and the other guy. He saw Hans cheating when they're giving puzzles in the chess camp. It's funny. And so forth. Hey, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. You guys aren't dumb for thinking Hans cheated OTB. You're just dumb. It doesn't matter what you think about anything. You're still dumb. You having an opinion on this matter doesn't really matter as far as your intelligence is concerned. People who post on Twitter 45 times a day are pretty dumb. That's sorry. And if all you do is live your life on Twitter, you're dumb. You know, if you're watching this stream, you're probably dumb. If you weren't dumb, you'd be out doing something like Karen. You'd be at, music bingo, and you'd be having fun with people. But all you got in your life is this stream, and you're like, I think this, I can type. Okay. So the fact whether you think Hans cheated or not, that doesn't make you dumb or not dumb. You're dumb anyway. It doesn't matter what you think about anything. You're not too bright. Yer Treo gifted 5 subs. Thank you. Now there's a smart cookie. Shape of Lou subscribed. Good. Yeah. So I don't think you're dumb if you have the wrong take that Hans cheated against Magnus. If you had either take, I would think you're dumb. And if you're like, I don't know what happened, I wasn't there, I have no opinion one way or the other, that's probably the least amount of dumb you could be. So yeah. And so forth. I'm not dumb, I'm multitasking. That's true. Telling Alston you called me dumb. I wonder who that was. That's right. By the way, thanks for Zynitz, says Steinitz. Me calling all of you dumb reminds me of a Twitter cartoon I saw today. There's 2 guys, and they're the same guy. And one guy says to the other guy, 1 out of 3 people are ugly. And the other guy says, yeah, I heard that too. And then the first guy says, I'm not ugly. And the second guy says, I'm not ugly either. And then they both pause. Then one of them says, I guess it's 1 out of 4. That was a good one. Extract gave 100 bits. Hooray. Etc. Do we know why Hans was banned from chess.com the second time? Did he cheat online recently? Well, Hans cheated in 2015, 16, or 17, or all 3, and he was banned, and then he admitted he cheated, he was let back on. Then the same thing happened in 2020, where he cheated, was banned, and said, yeah, I cheated. And then he was supposed to play in the Global Chess Championship starting 2 weeks ago, and they uninvited him, but not for recent cheating, for all the cheating he did between 2015 and 2020 as like a punishment, not because he's been cheating recently. And chess.com saying they never talked to Magnus about it, and Magnus saying he never talked to chess.com about it. I mean, nobody believes that. Because the timing was Magnus lost to Hans, Magnus withdrew, then chess.com uninvited Hans from the Global Chess Championship, not because of any recent cheating, but their argument was, well, he cheated in the past and he lied about it, and we're investigating whether he's been cheating recently, and we don't want to let him play because we don't know what's been going on the last year or so. We want to make sure. They don't want to find out that Hans has been cheating in 2021, 2022, and then let him play in the Global Chess Championship, and then what are they going to do after he's playing? Say, we're kicking you out because we just realized you cheated a year ago. So they claim that he was under investigation So they kicked him out of the Global Chess Championship. And to me, this isn't the way chess.com operates, so I'm confused. If you cheated in 2020 in a money tournament, chess.com said, hey, you cheated in a money tournament, you're out. Not in 2022, they put a report out saying you cheated in 2015. That's very strange. So I don't know what to believe. Skinny Puppy 42 gave 13 bits. By the way, as we speak, right now, this very second, the opening ceremony of the U.S. Championship is going on, and I think they're showing it live on YouTube. But anyway, I have some bad news for you guys. Tomorrow morning, I'm leaving in the morning to visit my family in Michigan, and I won't be back until very, very late Friday night. So I'm not streaming Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So hopefully there's no more, cheating stuff going on, because I won't be able to report on it. These are the facts. If you don't want the truth, don't come to my Twitch stream. Also, more importantly, what's going on here? Oh man, my Twitter's blowing up. You are dumb. Ben Feingold addressing his audience. The truth hurts. What was I looking up? Oh yeah. Always retreat. Always recheat. That's funny. I got to see how the Braves are doing. It was 1-1 when I left. Now they're up 2-1. Good. Yeah, they win the division if they win today. Yay, Anonymous Gifter gave 5 subs. Good. Go, Anonymous Gifter. My Cameo guy said, do I know any of the people involved in the chess scandals? They would crush on Cameo. And that's funny. And so forth. I'm going to be in Detroit, Ford Field. I've never been to Ford Field. I've been outside Ford Field, but not inside. Is there internet in Michigan? Probably. Now, what's funny about this is a lot of people are pointing out and or complaining that me, Hikaru, and Gotham Chess are milking the drama. And it seems to me the way chess.com has handled this is they're milking the drama. Is they're trying to get more fame for chess.com. So, leaking it to Vice, then giving the report to the Wall Street Journal, and then opining on things they don't opine on. They don't talk about cheating in OTB chess. They never have. But I think they're trying to milk it also. Yeah. I would never milk the drama because I'm a vegan. So no milking. Now you guys are typing too fast. Almond milk drama. No. Well, one of the reasons I don't play Entitled Tuesday, to answer your question, is there is a lot of cheating, and also I can't wake up in time. I don't like playing in online tournaments because of all the cheating. Online, everybody's cheating. In real life, they're cheating less. Not only have I seen the anonymous cheaters list, we're figuring out who they are. Thanks for the 13 centidues. I had a poll on Twitter, who's going to win the U.S. Championship, and only 7% voted for Aronian. Terrible. I mean, the most likely people to win are Wesley So and Fabiano, obviously, frankly. What's the drink Ben is always drinking? Period. Why is Magnus not playing U.S. Championship? I assume you're kidding. Yeah, Vincent Kamer is pretty good. Usually the kids that are good between 16 and 20 who get to like 2,700-ish, I know who they are because they played in the World Youth and they were doing well when I was coaching there. Between 2012 and 2017, I coached like 4 different World Youths. So I knew who the good players were from the other countries who were winning medals. So usually when those guys become 2,700, I've already known about them when they were 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Chess.com said 0.14% of players cheated. Do you believe that? Gotta believe something. Yeah, Christopher Yu's playing in the U.S. Championship, I believe. I tell all my students, when I had students, if you're accused of cheating, that means you played really well. So congrats. Good job. I never get accused of cheating, so I guess I don't play well. What player in the U.S. Championship is least likely to win? Least likely. Well, the lowest rated ones are Lenderman and Christopher Yu. So, I don't know. Everybody in the U.S. Championship is good. Oh, is a Wonder Liang playing? Then a Wonder Liang. I didn't know. Oh, Elshan's playing? Then Elshan. Yeah, Elshan and a Wonder Liang are the least likely to win. Yeah. The truth hurts. I mean, it's like saying who's the weakest world champion. I mean, he's a world champion, so he's pretty good. So the weakest players in the U.S. Championship are pretty good. But yeah, I mean, those guys have no chance. A Wonder and Elshan. They're nice people, too. You already resigned. No. Mora Diabati's playing because he won the U.S. Open, I think. Unless I'm wrong. I think he won the U.S. Open last year. How about the ladies? I don't even know who's playing in the ladies. Is Carissa Yip not playing in the ladies? Terrible. I've seen duck chess, but I haven't played it. Yeah, no Carissa makes the tournament, less interesting. No, I'm supposed to do a Chessable course, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. Now that the crybaby Magnus is involved. Beth Harmon's the only good woman at the top levels. That's right. Schwiertz, yeah, he doesn't have a chance to win either. Jan Timon says hi. Hi, Jan. Even though he probably didn't say hi, I'll say hi back anyway. Thanks, P. Schneider, for subscribing. Am I dumb too? You're like at the top of the list, P. Schneider. God damn. Even if I thought the average person here was super intelligent, you'd still be pretty far down. Korshnoi says hi. Hey, Victor. Now that I believe. I don't care how many years he's been dead. 13 Centidues. Yeah, Chesley sounds good. I do something for them. Is the top of the dumb list good or bad? It's the top of a list, so it should be good. I don't know what the U.S. Championship is doing regarding anti-cheating measures, but I assume they're going to have a delay in the broadcast. That'd be my assumption. Mid-Emperor subscribed. What brand of analog chess clock was used in old tournaments? Either the Gardet or before that the Jurger. But probably you see Gardets more, like in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I think Chesley will be a success. Is the worst GM good at chess? Probably. That's right. There's cheating news, there's insults, there's everything. Let's get to 2,300 subs. We're pretty close. Tournaments take a lot of precautions against telepathy. iChess TV people. Levi Roseman is Elvis Chesley. Chess Dojo Live is rating with a party of 77. That's the spirit, +1. Let's give him a shout out. Where's my mods? Give Chess Dojo Live a shout out. Go mods. Thanks to Taw for subbing. But anyway, you know, Hans is 2680 FIDE unless he lost points to the Sinkfield Cup. I guess he didn't lose points. He probably gained about 5 or 10. And that's, you know, not as good to me as like Iragasi or Kamer or I want to say Arjun, but I said Iragasi. Gukesh. And there's some more players that are between, you know, and Faruja. There's players between 17 and 20 years old who are better than Hans. 300 Centidues from P. Schneider. He puts the P in P. Schneider. 26.99. Bluebaum? I beat Bluebaum in a Title Tuesday. So I'm not a huge Bluebaum fan. Good player. Obviously, like if you said who's the most talented, like Hans is going to the bottom of the list. Abdus Satorov, Kamer, Gukesh, Iragasi. I mean, I see them going further in chess than Hans. And I see them better at Hans at similar ages, irrespective of what Hans's rating is. Like those guys wouldn't have played in Miami in the crypto thing and lost all 9 matches. They wouldn't have. Not a good result. Bluebaum's 24. That's pretty old. Van Foreest is pretty old too. These guys are ready to retire. When Fischer was 19, 20 years old, he was top 10 in the world. Magnus is Hans isn't anywhere near that. Oh, thanks, Mobius. I don't get a lot of compliments on my stream. I did hear that Mickey Adams' book was voted ECF Book of the Year. I did. Did you spill your drink or is there a leak in the basement? Neither. I'm sweating like a grandmaster. Everybody's accusing me of cheating. Whew. It's hot down here. There's a lot of lights on me, and I'm hot anyway. But it's hot down here. I think the heat might be on because it was getting cold here in the morning. And it was like 50s and 60s in the morning. That's too cold for Karen. I mean, fishing is a vile sport. Killing fish is terrible. So that's already disgusting. I don't even want to talk about fishing. People who kill fish, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves, which is most of you. That's why I think most of you are dumb. And by most, I mean all of you, because most of you aren't vegan. So your level of intelligence to me is really low. So I don't take what anybody says. I take it with a grain of salt. And I don't want any fish with that salt. Just salt. No fish. But yeah, when you guys have animals killed and eat them, I don't think much of your opinion on anything. Yeah. Fish. It's funny. Before I was a vegetarian, when I was a child, seafood didn't I thought seafood looked like seafood. When I was a kid, if I ate meat, it didn't look like the animal. But sometimes seafood looks like the animal. They don't do too much to change. And that disgusted me. So when I ate meat, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I didn't eat seafood. I didn't want to eat that. I don't want to eat a crab or a lobster. It's looking right back at me. Yeah, so I never had seafood even when I ate everything. Then I became a vegetarian at 16, and I've been a vegan for almost 5 years. I think it'll be 5 years in January. I think it's 5 years. Something like that. I'm the only grandmaster who hasn't cheated online, as you can tell from my play. I like when Homer, is it Homer? Since Spencer was talking about eating a lobster in front of his family. Homer had a pet lobster. I'm making sure it's Homer and it's not Peter. Yeah, Homer had a pet lobster, and then I think it was Larry, but that could be from SpongeBob. Then Homer gave it a warm bath, and so it died. And then he ate it because he figured only he should eat it. He wouldn't let his family have any, and he was crying while he was eating it. I think it was Homer. Pinchy? Pinchy was his name. Could you suggest a video or course on middle game principles for 1200ish? What? There's a lot of video courses on chess.com and Lead Chess you can watch, and YouTube. Go, Spencer. Thanks, Tisker Tasker 48 for subscribing. I don't know much about videos and books for people who are lower rated. I would give lessons and teach them stuff that mattered, but I don't know what's considered good and what's not. I would assume that certain authors are better than others. So like Eric Rosen and John Bartholomew, if they put out videos or some kind of lessons for those rated players, they would be good. And some people I would assume would not be good. Like there's a video that came out about a week ago called Hans Niemann and his anal beads. I don't think that would be a good video. I mean, it might be okay, But I wouldn't, I don't know. It was so filthy that the German stamp of approval. What the fuck is wrong with German people? Referencing South Park. That's why you know it's good. I think Hans did make a Chessable course, didn't he? I thought Hans and Chessable were like that, son. Go, John Bartholomew. The chat's funnier than usual. Which GM would be the best James Bond? I mean, they'd all be terrible, frankly. I don't know, Svidler. I don't know. Caruana. I don't know about that. David Howell, huh? Yeah, Maurice would be a good James Bond. I agree. The other ones, eh. Boris Spassky's still alive. Scruffy the janitor. Maybe Nepo. GM Gowru would be a good Bond? Really? Yeah. Wesley So 007. I love Wesley, but come on. That's pretty good. Anyway, Karen should be showing up shortly, and then we could actually read aloud the report, which, you know, is sort of boring, but, you know. Carissa Yip for Bond, she's a little young. I had a chance to meet Victor Korchnoi at the 83 U.S. Open. I was at the 83 U.S. Open Raising Arizona in Pasadena, California. That was a nice site. Nice swimming pool, ping pong tables outside. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The 83 U.S. Open. Yeah, I can hear that Karen and Archer are home. Chess is doomed. Doomed. That's the 82 U.S. Open, Ted Bradley. That was in St. Paul, Minnesota. My first U.S. Open. Did you get the True Coat? Wait a minute, that's from Fargo. Although I guess maybe they were in Minnesota when she was at the car dealership. That does make sense. Is Hans going to play in the U.S. Open? Probably not, but he'll play in the U.S. Championship. Was Walter Brown at the 83 U.S. Open? You know, he should have been because he lived in California. But I don't know. I don't remember him there. But they had a lot of grandmasters there. He might have been there. I just don't remember. No, the U.S. Championship is a lot harder to win than the U.S. Open. I've tied for first in the U.S. Open twice. That's the difference. Shape of Glue, 1,000 centidues. Go report. The U.S. Open's open to anybody. The U.S. Championship invites like the top 10, 12 players in the country. So that's a lot harder to even get in. Didn't Dom DeLuise pass away? No, I didn't see the brief, but I heard about it. The Onion's brief to the Supreme Court. You were 14 at the 83 U.S. Open. I was 13 at the 83 U.S. Open, but I turned 14 next month. I'm not playing in the U.S. Championship because that cheater Hans is playing. I'm just not playing in that event. In the summer of 69. That is correct. JJ Watt 95 subscribed. Now, I'm not going to play in the U.S. Senior. I'm retired. I can't play in any tournament. Am I going to play or just talk? Just talk. I had good tournament results when I was a younger player. Now my tournament results are frankly ridiculous. I mean, I had Hans-like tournament results. Now my tournament results are like, who should I make fun of? I don't know. Feingold-like. I haven't tried cheating, no. I did cheat once in chess. When I was, I want to say 8, but I could have been 9. I was either 8 or 9 years old. I made a move and hit the clock, and my opponent wasn't there, and I realized my move was a blunder, so I took it back. Nobody saw, and then I got crushed anyway. I never cheated after that. I never forgave myself. JJ Watt has resubscribed. Hooray! And because of that, it's clear that I've been cheating every game online in U.S. Championship since. A friend of mine played me OTB in April 2000. Is that 22 years ago? So I was in my early 30s. I wasn't too bad then. Well, I cheated by taking my move back, and then I made another move. And then, I lost because when I was 8 or 9, I wasn't too good. I wonder if the move that I played originally was better than the one I took back and retracted. He took me in a milkshake while he went to the bar across the street. Grandpa Simpson, that's pretty funny. And 45,000 of his games. Yeah, the truth hurts. And my children's children. All right, let's get that second train going. How old were you when you became a GM? I was 40. Do you play chess on this stream? No. I ask for everybody to donate to the train. Go train. We might play some, not play, but we might do some puzzles when Karen's here. 2,000 FIDE didn't exist when I was 2,000 FIDE. FIDE's minimum rating used to be 2,200. I've never played duck chess. I've barely heard of it. I'm the oldest person to ever do anything. Magnus is a little bitch. That hasn't changed. He's sort of a big bitch, but we call him a little bitch because that's funnier. No, my Perrier is almost gone. I was wearing my Pulp Fiction shirt today, and then you would know my favorite movie. But I had to change my shirts twice today. Once because I went to the gym, and once because I ate. He's a rich bitch, and he's gone too far because he know Hans is cheating anyway. Dun-it. Is your favorite movie The Notebook? It might be. I've never seen it, but that shouldn't stop me from having it as my favorite movie. Do I like all Tarantino movies? Yeah. I can't drink beer because I'm a vegan. The Note Boom is better than The Notebook. Do I even lift, bro? Come on, people. Let's get the train going. We need to have more trains. We need 17 subs to break the record. Favorite TV show? I have a lot of TV shows I like. I don't know, Sanford and Son's pretty good. Thanks, Tim Waugh 13. Yeah, but you said bear, not beer. Most beers are vegan, some aren't. Any beer that has honey in it's not vegan. Most beers are vegan. Most wines are not vegan. Yeah, Jackie Brown was good. 100 centidues from Tony Zignago. I'm glad you're in the Honey Isn't Vegan camp. Shape of Glue. Is that like Shape of Water? Thanks for gifting a sub. Most wines are not vegan, and you don't want to know why. You don't want to know why wine isn't vegan. It's disgusting. JJ Wad 95 gifted a sub. Magnus has always been a crybaby. The crybaby his whole life. Now he's just showing it more. Go Train. Thanks, JJ Wad, for gifting a sub. Me and Magnus are like that, son. It's well known to be cat's piss. So who's milking the drama the most? Me, Hikaru, or Gotham Chess? Can you rank us 1 to 3? I think it's Naka, then me, then Gotham Chess, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong about the order. Michigan Chess 85 subscribed. Hooray! Hikaru, Ben, Gotham. That's what I thought. Let's do a poll. I think Nakamura's way out in front, right? Hikaru 1, Nakamura 2. Yeah. Thanks, Xenoid. Gotham's milking him more than me? No, that's embarrassing. What's that, sweetie?
What are you guys doing?
You're talking about having a hype train. I didn't put the stuff up because I didn't know how to do it where they could see it good.
What stuff?
You know, like the statements.
Oh, I haven't even read them yet.
Yeah, and chess.com put the whole thing out to 72 pages.
Oh, I haven't
The last
read
like
it.
40 pages are just graphs.
Oh, okay.
So it's sort of silly.
Where can I go see
How did
it
you guys
later?
do?
Let's see. Somebody won. Aiden won.
Ooh, that's good.
But where can I go see it?
Let's see.
I mean, I don't have to
Here,
see it at the moment.
this is the report.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the whole thing. And you have to click here, I think. Yeah. This is the 72 pages.
You got to that just off chess.com blog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How's everybody doing? I've been at music bingo. Cock Manley says, I won a trophy today. It only cost me $6.
I asked them who's milking the drama the most, me, Gotham, or Hikaru.
Yeah.
And I guessed Hikaru, then me, then Gotham. And most people agree with that.
Huh.
One person put Hikaru was first and Nakamura was second. That's how much he's milking it.
Well, I would like to do some chess. Hey, Shape, how's
But
it
we
going?
need your opinion on what the new drama says.
I haven't even read it yet.
It doesn't matter. Nobody read it. They just want your opinion. They said he's cheated. I'll give you the synopsis.
100 games?
He's cheated at least 100 games, but he hasn't cheated since September 2020 or August 2020.
So that agrees with Regan.
Yeah, and they said they don't know if he cheated in real life or not. They're not sufficient, they don't know. They don't have any evidence that he cheated in real life. But if he did cheat in real life, they said these are the most likely tournaments he cheated in. So, yeah. Then they give a lot of graphs and stuff.
Oh, I'll have to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You've read it, Marsden? Yeah, I haven't had a chance. I was at music bingo.
I voted for Naka. Go Naka.
Yeah, we could do some chess.
Where's that guy who says you're ravishing? Where'd he go? He was here earlier.
Dua.
Yeah, come on, Dua.
Hey, let's do some chess a little bit.
What's chess?
I have a tournament coming up. I got to get some chess going. I guess puzzles.
Okay, so we'll do puzzles.
Mm-hmm. So nobody's found him cheating over the board yet.
Right. Not yet.
So we said all along we thought he had cheated more. I mean, to me that was obvious from the beginning. But online, I don't believe he's cheated over the board.
I said she was dazzling already above Dua Kappas.
Oh, I missed it, Dua. Thank you. White to move. Let me see. You haven't read their statement yet.
Everybody's the worst, Jim.
Everybody. Oh, yeah, this is that one I always miss, the Bowdens. I'm going to get it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Queen C6.
Oh, yeah.
It is. But I've missed it how many times? 1,000,000 times.
Maybe.
Okay, and then Bishop A6.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, I got it. Hey, I've missed this one 1,000,000 times. I finally got it. Bowden's mate.
Ready?
Yeah, I think I wanted
Good old
to
Billy Bowden.
sack my... Yeah, I don't know what I did before. But I vowed I would get it right, and I did.
Mm-hmm. That's better than disavowing.
Yep, I said I would do it.
You said that you would do it. Naka wins 50%.
Let's see.
Meatpex21 subscribed. 46-month streak. Man, you're old. Good job. Again, Mador has cheated very little.
Oh, yeah.
Vegan Vatal says, go Karen.
Is there... Yeah, that's mate.
Mm.
It's just my calculation abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Pathetic. Okay. Oh, so Queen G3
Mm-hmm.
and Rook G3. Oh, I didn't think he would go over there.
You thought he'd hang mate in one? Let mate.
Yeah.
You gotta not hang mate in one.
Well,
Now we gotta Karen it up.
but Karen it up. Goes there. Oh yeah, because there's that bishop. Okay, Rook G2. Man, this is gonna make my brain explode. I'm not good with these.
Oh.
looks good there. Goes there. And then you can take my rook. Darn.
The Gawking Rabble are always here.
I don't know what it is.
Come on, people. Let's get to 2,300 subs. Boo, boo.
Guess there. I guess that
Go Synthway.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I thought it was rookie too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That stops all the
Blocks.
blocking.
Yeah, the blocks. And then you take with the bishop. Okay. Yay, I did it.
You're 100% on the puzzles.
Man, that was hard. That was hard. I didn't think I could do it.
Yay, Shape of Glue gifted a sub.
I even said I couldn't do it, and then I did it.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard. I don't know why I'm just not good with this kind of puzzles. Thank you, Infinite Potato.
Yeah, you are amazeballs. That's true. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right,
Cotton
ready?
Family. Yeah. Black to move. Save.
We've had this before. This one took me forever to solve it.
Yeah, I don't know this one. I mean, I don't remember it. I don't know it.
No,
I mean, my instinct is to go queen e4.
correct.
Because you want to get away from those other pieces.
No, that's correct. And then if king d2, we go check, checkmate. So he's going to play king f2.
Right, so that's what I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, let me look again then. I wasn't sure if I was on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember having it before. But let's see if I go there. Then it has to go there. That's right. Darn.
Hmm?
Well, I had he ran out the side. Did all these moves and made all this work,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got away. So I'm not really sure. There. Okay, so there. I don't know. I don't know.
You want to guess?
Okay, Queen E2.
Mm-mm. It's
Yeah.
knight here.
I looked at that too, yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get anything to work.
So if he plays king f1 back, then you play queen takes knight check, and then knight here check forks the king and queen. So he has to play king g1. Well, okay, he didn't. So
I wasn't
Yeah.
looking at any of that.
so after king g1, we play queen here check, king up, queen here check, king up, knight here check, and then if king h4, queen here's mate. I'll show on the board because it's too hard for the rabble. Or I think it was king e3. Yeah. So if he plays king g1, we go check and then mate. So he has to play king h3. Now if he plays king here, we play checkmate. So he has to go here. Now, if he plays king h1, we play queen here mate. If he plays king g1, we play queen check and queen here mate. If he plays king here, we win the queen. So it all works.
Yeah. That's when I said he ran out the side. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But I couldn't calculate all that other stuff. What about king h3?
What about it?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, I am Snow Burrito.
Ooh, it's Big Daddy. Where's our 1 cent?
Big Daddy, how's it going?
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What's my favorite chess piece? I don't know, Karen. Spelled piece wrong. All we are saying is give chess piece a chance. Oh, you gave us sent to do? Yay! Thanks for the sent to do. I missed it the first time. Thanks, MyZ10, for the subscription. Da-da-da-da. So just so if you weren't here before, you forgot, I won't be streaming the next 3 days because I'm going to be visiting my family in Michigan. So I'll see you guys on Saturday.
So I think it's Queen H1.
Correctamundo.
I miss this one a lot too. Bishop, I've seen it before.
Yeah,
Bishop
this is like
F3.
my win against Yuri Balashov from 1992 in Capel-la-Grand.
Rook H1.
Oh,
I've seen this one.
2754.
It's a common pattern, but I don't always see it. Yay, I did it. So, I mean, I don't really feel... I haven't read the chess.com report yet, but I think they just said there's more online cheating.
So what's more boring, the chess.com report or the movie Minority Report?
Well, I haven't seen the chess.com report.
Yeah. Have you seen Minority Report?
No.
Oh, well, you know. You have a lovely calming voice, says Yasser.
Thank you, Yasser. You do too.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I was just going to say that. Cool.
I did a lot of exercise today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 40 minutes on the treadmill, walking pretty briskly, and then we did the gym.
How many steps you got?
I missed some
Mm-hmm.
because I was charging it. 11,879.
9.
But also I went to the gym, so that didn't give me any steps.
Mm-hmm.
I was accidentally, speaking of ASMR, somebody talking about in the chat, I was accidentally on an ASMR channel. I was trying to get the Green Chef stream set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it had done a raid and then a raid, and so there was just some random person up that I didn't know who it was doing ASMR. It was so boring. So I switched and I watched Cutie. Cinderella was cooking, and then I was just watching her, and all of a sudden XQC wandered in to the kitchen and was asking something about Ludwig, and then he wandered back out. It was. She said, "Oh, I'll talk to him. I wouldn't worry about it,"
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. What's ASMR?
Nobody knows. Somebody asked, what was your favorite Southern foods growing up? I know what you like. What's that thing nobody likes but you?
Favorite Southern foods.
You get it for breakfast with eggs.
Grits.
Yeah, grits. There you go.
Yeah, I did like grits a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I ate grits a lot. What else did I like? I don't know. To think about it.
Grits is good eating. Vegan, too.
I liked turnip greens with cornbread and pepper sauce on the turnip greens. Now that is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
We also barbecued a lot.
Did you like cornbread?
Yeah, and in fact, almost always I get it where it's cooked in the oven in like an iron skillet. But when I was just visiting my aunt, she made fried cornbread, which is what my mom used to make. It was pretty good. I hadn't had fried cornbread in forever. Nobody makes fried cornbread. That's pretty Southern.
What about boiled peanuts?
I had some boiled peanuts when I was in Dothan recently. What's my favorite chess piece? Well, I mean, I don't really know if I have a favorite. I guess the queen. What's not to like? That's right, Meepex. Just fry everything. You've never had boiled peanuts, Blue Note? They were good. My uncle had made them. Let's do another one.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? Let's see. It's 9:51.
9. My flight leaves pretty soon. My flight leaves in 11 hours.
Yeah, I'm tired. Nighttime is difficult. I'm a morning person. Is anybody else a morning person? I am such a morning person. I want to get up early. Oh yeah, we've had this one.
Mm-hmm.
What I always struggle with it. Okay, well, I know it's Bishop F8.
Always play Bishop F8.
Okay, and then see. Get there.
Yeah, I got to wake up at 5:30 in the morning so I can get to my flight. Yay.
There. Oh, yeah, because you trap him there. And then
Oh, what's the deal with airline food? Yeah, I'm flying to visit my family.
that's right. Okay.
I would never fly to play chess.
Okay.
Yeah?
good. All right, so bishop D1.
What is this, a Seinfeld joke?
And then
The only massages I get are from Karen.
king F4.
That's pretty rare. Uh-huh.
And then bishop G4.
Mm-hmm.
Have to trap him. And then bishop E7.
Yay.
Yeah, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to trap him like a roach.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I retired after the World Open, so about 4 months ago. Forgot about the Braves. Yeah, damn it. Yay, we won. So we won the East.
Okay.
We're the National League East champions. Won 2-1. Go Braves. We win the NL East.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Hmm?
Okay. So I'm not sure if all the moves. I think rook G2.
Yeah. Yeah, the opening ceremony was tonight. Here's a picture of Hans picking up a shark for a video.
shark?
Yeah, they all pick sharks, then they see the number. That's their number.
Okay.
You're either a sheep or a shark.
And then what do they do with the numbers?
That's their number for the tournament. That's for pairings.
Oh, for the parents. Yeah.
It's the drawing of lots.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's bishop H3.
Close.
Oh, go ahead.
Bishop H3 is illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Queen H3. Then rook G8.
Darn.
All done.
Yeah, I was trying to keep him from running out over an F1.
Mm-hmm. I have to see who's dissing me on Twitter. So far, nobody. Terrible. Let's see. Somebody said brilliant. Oh, yeah, this is the Fox News.
I haven't seen it. I'm behind on everything. There's too much information and two scandals.
Karen Chess is rocking Photoshop. That's one of the funnier ones yet.
Which one?
See, they think that you're doing all these.
Oh.
See, you didn't take the
I'm
credit.
getting the
See,
credit.
look,
Yeah.
rocking that Photoshop.
That's funny.
You know how we say always retreat and always retweet?
Yeah.
This guy on Twitter said always recheat. Magnus shouldn't be allowed in any tournaments again. Look, I'm not complaining, but you guys aren't doing a good job of getting me 2,300 subs. We're 13 away. 13's lucky.
I'm incredibly tired. So what I might do is take a nap and let you finish the stream.
Hooray. But then they'll miss you
They won't.
because you're ravishing or something.
Let's just
And
do.
you got a purty mouth.
Oh, I'm so tired. Hey, let's just do like one or two more, and then you can play.
Like a play, buddy.
Hard people to play.
No.
Why am I so tired? Well, I got up at 6:30, and I went to the gym and I walked on the treadmill for 40 minutes, but that didn't make me feel tired.
But it is night. So it refutes your argument,
It's,
Thaddeus.
10 o'clock. I'm just tired. I need to lay down. Hey, Thaddeus. Other Thaddeus.
Other Thaddeus is correct.
I can't help it. I'm just tired.
Yay, thanks, Epitaphy, for getting us to 2,300 subs. Donated 13 subs. Hooray.
I couldn't believe all the exercise I did today.
Yeah, this is bad. Like, you're supposed to be awake now for the stream, and I'm supposed to wake up at 5:30 to go to my plane. I mean, it should be you waking up at 5:30.
All I know is
Up at 5:30 anyway.
I gotta lay down. That's all.
Hey, can you, when you go upstairs, if you remember, which you won't, can you get this suitcase out of Archer's closet? Because if I get it in the morning, he'll be asleep.
Yeah, it might even be in Holden's closet.
Oh, then it doesn't matter. I can go get it myself.
Yeah, I can get it. I'll try to.
Yeah, just any tiny suitcase.
Okay.
I don't want to take my monster suitcase.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read this report everybody's talking about. I haven't read it, but I'm not gonna read it tonight. Where are you traveling?
Michigan. Go family. Ready?
Yeah. I forgot I said I would do two more. All right.
Yay, go subs. Yeah, I'm guessing my answer is right, but I'm not sure.
Huh.
Michigan was the first U.S. state. No. Michigan became a state in 1837. What are you, German? Learning things that are incorrect. You should be American with your understanding of American history. Oh, snap. My shirt is lovely, thank you. That's just lubberly. Dua Kappa said, why does Magnus have no kids? Because he always withdraws. I don't play over the board chess. That's not how you spell separate. Nicholas Thorodew. He sounds like some kind of GM.
Darn, I don't know. I'm too tired.
Aw.
I feel defeated. I'm tired. Go ahead.
Okay. Somebody suggested rook f2.
That's what I was
King
looking
f2, queen g3, king e2, missing king takes queen. Yeah, I think it's knight takes and queen d5, and then if f3, rook f3 wins. Because I was looking at rook e8 check, king f7, queen f3, rook f1. Although there's a bishop here, so that's ridiculous. It didn't work anyway. After rook f3, I don't see how white defends. So I think it's this. And then queen d5, threatening mate. f3, and then I think rook takes, and I think we're done. I don't know what to do. I haven't seen a defense for him, so I might make a defense I didn't see. Well, I saw that. All right, well, this I can beat with rook takes pawn. $25.68.
That one was too hard.
Mm-hmm. All right, last one for you.
Okay.
And me
for
too.
Me.
Me too. I'm just going to talk to the chat, tell them how dumb they are. They like that. I think they're dumb. I think they're dumb. I don't know an answer. Is it allowed? Okay, I got it. Ooh, I've been upgraded to Comfort Plus, it says. On my flight
I
back.
can't stop yawning.
Not on the flight tomorrow,
Yeah.
but the one back. Yeah, I've been upgraded.
Oh, let me see.
Also, because I'm a gold member, I get Sky Priority, so I can go through the quick line. I don't know which quick line to go through. The other one or the Sky Priority. I get to board quick.
I'm not sure which is better.
Really? Yeah, I don't know either. They both sort of suck.
I don't know. I'm too tired.
Okay, so you check.
I was looking
If he
right at
takes
time.
it, Queen G2's mate. You agree?
I didn't know what I was gonna.
Yeah, if he takes, the bishop takes Queen G2 mate. Because he has to move his king. Okay. Now you take this, and he has to take it, because you're threatening the queen. So he has to play bishop takes G2. He has to. Okay. Then you take the bishop. He has to take the queen. And then you fork the king and queen.
Darn, I wasn't gonna get that anyway.
Well, I cheated. I used my phone to get the answer. I didn't know the answer.
23:44. Sorry to poop out on you guys. I'm gonna go lay down. I'm tired. But I did get a few right. Let it be noted. So good night, you guys.
Ooh, Tom Dwan and Negron, are calling in now to Joy Ingram 8 minutes ago. So they're probably still there.
I have to try to listen to it as I lay down. Good night, guys. So, yeah. Man, he's been going all day again.
And then some. My man can go all day and then some. Tombstone. Yay, it's Karen. No, she's leaving. All right, this is all silliness. Now we talk about the Han situation. Yeah, Han's only cheated 100 times online, but he played 1 billion games, so you can't blame him. Is there anything new? Well, they came out with a report today saying he cheated a lot online, which we sort of already knew. And they said they didn't know if he cheated in real life because they don't do that, really. It's not their forte. Thanks, Epitaphy, again for gifting 13 subs. You're the best. So nothing really new, but people who believed one way or the other, they're more convinced now. So Chess.com said that Hans hasn't cheated online since August of 2020, which surprises me, but they really couldn't opine sufficiently on his over-the-board play. They were like, maybe he cheated. We don't know. Leave us alone. What's weird is them making a statement at all. Because usually when they catch people cheating and they do stuff to their account, they let them back, they don't talk about it. They just leave it alone. And then life goes on. But, I guess because Magnus is involved, they felt like they had to. No, I'm humming Dumb by Nirvana. Yeah, that's true. If Hans and Franz stayed together, it would all be fine. Elon Musk. That's even a better name than Elon. You're leaving the stream? No. But somebody has to give 100 subs first, so we have 2,400. Not sure why. They just have to. Let's see. What's all this about? Wants to play 10-minute? No. What's with the 10-minute? Who wants to play me 10-minute? Terrible. I'm stuck in the void. Why hasn't Hans said anything in weeks? Why would he? It's not like I've been saying anything or Hikaru has. Can you sing Deep Throat by Cupcake? I cannot. I didn't watch the opening ceremony because I was streaming. But I did see a video of Hans picking out his shark with the number on it and then leaving. That wasn't very exciting. That's probably how they figured out Hans was cheating, because he was playing F6. Hey, Ben, did you talk about the drama yet? We're 2 hours into the stream. What do you think? Yeah, the only thing I care about is whether Hans cheated at the Sinkfield Cup, because I know he cheated online. That isn't news to me. And obviously that's the most important thing, because Magnus played Hans in the Sinkfield Cup, and then after he lost, he withdrew, which indicates he thought Hans cheated during the game. And if Magnus had won, he wouldn't have withdrawn. If Magnus had drawn, I don't know what he would have done. I don't know if he would have withdrawn or not. Probably not. So Magnus is indicating Hans cheated in the past. Hans probably cheated against me in the Sinkfield Cup. I don't want to play cheaters. Well, he already played Hans, so that doesn't really explain the withdrawing. he could have played the other 6 guys, and we could have had some good chess. So that was weird. So Magnus has been weird, but he was weird before that. I'm not defending my title unless Faruja wins. What? He could have said unless Hans wins. Bam. So Magnus is convinced that Hans cheated during their game, and his reasoning was he lost. That was the first thing. And that he wasn't nervous or concentrating enough during the game. He was too relaxed and chill. Therefore, he was cheating. So those are both very suspicious things to say unless you have lots of other evidence. Saying somebody's relaxed or they beat me so they're cheating, that's pretty suspicious. But he suspected Hans was cheating before that, and I think that's why Magnus didn't play well that game. On the other hand, 10 days before the tournament, they played in Miami, and Magnus didn't say shit. Magnus beat him 3-1. They played on the beach. Hans lost all of his matches. So I don't know. It was just all of a sudden the Sinkfield Cup that Magnus was mad. Dr. Krieger subscribed. Good. Yeah. Fabi versus Dominguez in game 1 tomorrow? Good. Yeah, everybody in the U.S. Championship is good. So, tough tournament. It should be that way. It should be everybody's good. That's U.S. Championship. It'll be interesting to see how Christopher Yu does, because I think he's only 15. So that's pretty young for a U.S. Championship. Pretty young. So that'll be interesting. And then Susan Polgar thinks this may be the most watched U.S. Championship ever just because of the Hans stuff. Also possible. Yu's playing Hans? Yeah. Let's see. Who's in the U.S. Championship? I'll do it by memory, and then you guys can tell me who I forgot. Okay. So I think there's 12 players. So we got Caruana, So, Dominguez, Aronian, Jeffrey Zhang, Hans, Shankland, Christopher Yu, Elshamora Diabati, Darius Schwiertz. I'm only missing 2. Lenderman, unless I said Lenderman. Then I might have said Lenderman twice. And then who's the last guy? All right, I missed somebody. Wonder Liang and Ray Robson. So it's 14 players? Oh. So Sevian and Ray Robson, I forgot. Naroditsky's not playing. So I forgot Wonder, Sevian, and Ray Robson. So I guess they'll come in first, second, and third. You know, after Magnus withdrew from the Sinkfield Cup, the other Super GMs just played Hans. And they didn't say shit. And a couple of them beat him. So I don't know. I think if they were pretty sure he was cheating, they would have not played or said something. And also, in the poker incident, I think if people thought Robbie was cheating other than G-Man, that the other players at the table would have just stopped the game and said, like, well, she might be cheating, so we're not going to play. They were like, come sit down and play. They wanted to play with her still because they didn't think she was cheating, as I don't. I don't think anybody's cheating. Even when they admit it, they're still innocent. Unless they cheated against me, then they're cheating. Remember that. Write all that down. Is Naroditsky too good to be in that tournament? That's exactly the issue. He's too good. Mike, come on! Yeah. I miss Mike Kummer. My first U.S. championship was in 1994 in Key West. So that's before a lot of you were born. So I did play in some U.S. championships before you were born. My second was in 1999 in Salt Lake City. Did you meet Hemingway? I did go to Hemingway's house and saw all the cats. Yeah. Well, Vincent Kramer doesn't exist. But if you mean Vincent Kramer, then I'm a Vincent Kramer fan. I think he's better. Grandmaster Ken West says Hans didn't cheat. Yes, he's very opinionated, Ken West. What's your take on how much Hans lied during the Come Clean interview at Singfield? I have no opinion. When was the last time an IM played in the U.S. Championship? They play all the time. Probably like half of them there's an IM. And when I played in the 80s, 90s, well, I didn't play in the 80s, but like 80s, 90s, 70s, like a lot of players were IMs. I bet Vincent Kramer does exist. Never! You okay, Penguin Pusher? Did you forget your medicine today? Go see your therapist, Penguin Pusher. You all right over there? Yeah, I mean, Magnus should obviously apologize. Yeah, he shouldn't withdraw from the tournament. He should definitely apologize for that. Should apologize for saying his opponent cheated against him because he beat him. Obviously. Terrible. But yeah, make sure you take your meds. Otherwise, you go crazy on the internet. People are usually meaner on Twitter, but the worst people are on YouTube. God damn. Yeah, I mean, he's a little bitch. You cry baby when he loses. The truth hurts. I mean, the next time he played Hans, he could only last one move. That shows you what kind of world champion he is. Terrible. That's right, Dragnor 2009. If you donate 10 subs, you're upgraded immediately. The more you donate, the more you're upgraded. Yeah, come on, stop gatekeeping, Magnus, keeping cheaters out of the game. Terrible. All right, Cool Kids knows what's up. Where's my 10 subs? Go 4'20". He's a martyr for the integrity of chess. Exactly. Yay, almost 3,000 viewers. Mayaha subscribed. Good. Good. 100 Sentadues. Goblin is here. Later G subscribed. Frank Welker 23. Good Simpsons reference. 100 Sentadues. The Hans Mollman report is coming soon. First, they have to analyze the kicked in the groin video. Then they'll, etc. Would you ever coach Hans again? I never coached him. So, yeah. 2,301 subs. What else? Man getting hit by football in groin. That gets an Academy Award. Favorite Beatles song? I don't know. That changes over the years. I saw Ringo Starr in concert 2 weeks ago with Karen. Me and Nate Solon are like that, son. I've known Nate Solon for 30 years. He's from Michigan. And I know Nate Solon's dad. He's an economics professor. He was at Michigan and Michigan State at different times. Yeah, his dad's a pretty smart motherfucker. R.I.P. Loretta Lynn is correct, but she was 90, so, you know. Yeah, Ringo's 81. He was singing, playing the drums, etc., mainly etc. Home ec professor, god damn. Loretta Lynn was just a kid. Ringo looks 30. Well, he's 81. He does look a lot younger than 81. 'Tis true. Yeah, she died this morning. Yeah, the black hair dye does help. Good is the Family Guy bug. Very good. Yeah, I've had those Ringo tickets for like 17 months. Finally, we saw him. Ringo was in Wyatt Earp. I left and came back. My review of the 72-page report is it's too long. That's right, C.L. Smith. Very good. Let's put it on the refrigerator. Am I going to play cheese? What? No, I didn't forget. I was waiting for the concert. It was great. Ringo Starr and his All-Stars. Yeah, hopefully there'll never be a duck chess stream. Sweeping the nation. Yeah. I was going to play a match with Hans in duck chess, but I heard he cheated at duck chess. So I couldn't do it. Also, what's duck chess? We report about the report. It's too long. Yeah, LeBron James bought a pickleball team. That is correct. All right, I'll play some chess to kill time because the chat's sort of boring. Let's see, I have to change that. Let's see. I'm getting in the 30-second pool. Maybe I should play 1 minute instead of 30 seconds. I'll get in the 1 minute pool. There's the 1 minute pool. I still have less time. Triple pawns are 3 times as good. Threatening mate and his rook. God damn! Gotcha, bitch! Go triple pawns. It's the game Gotcha versus bitch. Hooray for Ben. A very suspicious victory. Those are my favorite kind. Stop checkmating me. Boo, boo. I said stop checkmating me, not checkmate me harder. Yay! Thanks, Jack J.I. or something. Yes. Yeah, this is too bad. My time situation's really bad. Yay! I win. I'm the best. A suspicious victory. And I'm tired from those 2 games. A heart attack. Those were exhausting. Yeah, the last 8 days on chess.com, I'm crushing everybody. I mean, I'm losing all the games, but I win all the games. Like my last 25 games on chess.com, I have 24.5 out of 25. Probably I'm cheating. It is uncomfortable with these beads. Exactly. Go triple pawns. 3 times as good. 3,000 viewers. What else? Yeah, I'm slightly better here. Man, I almost lost on time. I moved 52. That's embarrassing. It's a good thing he hung his queen to bishop a3 check. Otherwise, I would have lost. Well, I guess I'll end this stream early because, I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. And I have to pack still. And I'm tired. And I got nothing else to say. So let's see. I guess I'll raid Chicago Joey Poker. I usually don't raid poker streams, but somebody has to. Me and Joey are like that, son. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go.